All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show on Onebar with Lupagus. We're going to be talking about Cam Bynum. A lot of rumblings out there. I know Doogie had some quotes out there. Some other people were talking about it. Cam Bynum, will the Vikings re-sign him? Should they re-sign him? Do they want him to re-sign him? We're going to talk about it all. Before we do that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. Let's get to 13,000 subs, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, and this is a subject we've broached. Would they say broached the subject before? But it feels like
things.
Yeah, you are a broacher, that's for sure. A serial broacher. It feels like there's, some of these beat writers out there kind of dropping an opinion, and some of that opinion sounds like they don't think he may be coming back. So let's talk about it. Will they? Should they? What do we want? Who else is available? Who could, and what would the Vikings do if they don't sign Cam Bynum?
Yeah, we want to know your thoughts big time down in the comments. But before we get into it, let's just lay the facts out there. Hitman, 1-year contract, most likely retiring. Cam Bynum, obviously, we're talking about him. He's going to be a free agent. Theo Jackson, set to be a free agent. So really, under contract next year would be Josh Metellus, who really, I mean, he hasn't played a ton of just straight-up safety, and Jay Ward. So I just wanted to get the lay of the land out there before we do it. But let's start with
is Theo gone next year, or is he still around?
I believe Theo is a free agent. I believe he is a free agent. And honestly, I don't care. He had such a bad preseason. I love Theo's depth. But so the easy thing to say is if we do move on from him, they got a lot of work to do in that safety room. But let's just start out with Cam Bynum as a whole. It sounds like he's going to want some money, like Xavier McKinney type money, which is $15-16 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. I wouldn't put him in the same category as Xavier McKinney. Again, I think Cam Bynum does a lot of things well. Sometimes he has huge games and he kind of fades away. I think we talked about that today in Good Morning Skull. And
yes, great show. Rising Skull.
Yeah, and you're starting to hear these reports. I mean, the Vikings don't value the position enough. So, I mean, those are factors you definitely have to think. If he's really asking for that kind of money, which why not? He's still young. I mean, he's what here? I have it right here. He is 26.4 years old. He should be asking for as much money as he can possibly get, but will the Vikings do that? And do they value that enough to put that kind of money into him?
Yeah, I mean, Hitman's making $9 million this year. Josh Metellus is making $4 million per year, and then Cam Bynum obviously is still on his rookie contract. So he should command money. The thing is, like, I know this doesn't have a ton to do with it, but he's actually becoming pretty damn well known around the NFL. His touchdown dances, he's very outspoken, a very lovable type of guy, which is only going to help him maybe get a few extra dollars. But yeah, when it comes to Xavier McKinney type money, $15-16 million bucks, like that doesn't really intrigue me very much.
Yeah, and doing these scoldings, like, I mean, a lot of our other fan bases love him as well. Like, the San Francisco guy said, we love Cam Bynum. The Chargers guy, we love Cam Bynum. I think the Colts guy said it too. We love Cam Bynum. Everybody loves Cam Bynum, so I think he's maybe, got a little better name around the league than we may think he might. Look at what else is out there at free safety right now. Next year for free agents, you got Justin Simmons, Tyrann Mathieu, Javon Holland, Jordan Poyer, Eric Murray, Rodney McLeod, Andrew Cisco, Jason Pinnock, Tony Adams, and Cam Bynum. True free safeties who are out there. So not a super deep free agent class, and a lot of older guys in this thing.
Well, which could also help drive up Cam Bynum's price tag. Teams are going to want the best out there, and he probably is the best of the bunch. I mean, Cam Bynum gets very overlooked on his run defense too. That's kind of his bread and butter. And he's starting to become a little bit of a ball hawk as well. I think he's got 2 picks this year, 3 last year. So he does it all. He does it all. It's just, if they move on from him, how do their draft? We already know the draft situation. Free agency, yeah, they can go and get some of these mid-tier guys, which maybe that's all Brian Flores needs, but I don't know how they solve it. So that gives me a little buttocks burn there.
Yeah, if we had someone we could rely on who could come up and fill his shoes.
Not Jay Ward.
Like George Jones once said, who's going to fill their shoes? We don't have anybody. So that's what makes me worried. Like, if there was someone there that we knew was up and coming in the wings, you can let him go. But if you lost him and Harrison Smith the same year, that's a huge blow. And that's what makes me kind of lean, like, I don't know if they will, but I feel like they should re-sign him.
Yeah. When you look at some of the best teams in the league, look at the Lions, look at the Packers with McKinney. They all got really good safeties. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, love him or hate him.
Yep.
Dude makes plays. Xavier McKinney. You look at the Eagles, they got Reed Blankenship and I can't even remember who else, but they all have good safeties. I was looking at some of the best teams in the league. I'm like, come on, one of these guys got to have just shit safeties. They don't. They all have very good safeties. So the league still values safeties. Kwesi, it doesn't sound like he values it. The other thing we forgot to mention is it sounds like they weren't even close on re-signing him. They were throwing out numbers or something. And the fact that they weren't even close leads me to believe the Vikings are probably just like, yeah, good luck. Have fun.
Well, but you also don't know, like, was it just a real loose, what do you think about this? Just throwing out there, get the conversation started. Was it shut down? Was it just, we'll talk about this later. Who knows what the conversation was? We don't know, but apparently, it didn't really go anywhere, which is a little bit concerning, even if I try to spin it as best as I can. But I don't know. The Vikings have a lot of money, a lot of cap space. I wouldn't hate it if they, invested some of that money into some of the talent that's already here. I'd love to see Cam Bynum grow old here in Minnesota.
Grow old with you. What I would hate to see is we just like go balls to the wall and do what we should do, is get some offensive linemen or defensive linemen, and all of a sudden our safeties are just ass, and now we just have another complete hole. Like, I don't want to move the hole around. I want no holes, zero holes.
It's nothing worse than moving the hole around.
When you start moving holes around, man, it hurts and it's painful. So, I think so. As far as, let's go with will they and should they. So, like, let's start with should they. Let's say it's $14 million a year, and I could be way off, but it's a little bit lower in McKinney. $15 million a year. Are you interested?
Well, real quick before you do that, I just want to ask you this: Josh Metellus gets moved to a true safety position. Are you fine with him? Like, you think you'll be fine? Like, are you okay with that?
I think he'll be fine wherever. I think he'll be fine wherever he plays. It sucks because then you're taking that little little toy we got on defense and moving him around. We don't have that anymore. Maybe someone else can step up and do that. But I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, so I think you got part of the solution there. Yeah, I think they should. I really do. Like, if you didn't have all this extra money like you do have this year, then maybe you think harder about it. Again, if you somehow, the Sam Darnold situation also factors into this. If they do decide to franchise him, or God knows, send him to a small contract or something like that, small length contract. It's not going to be small price-wise, like a 2-year deal. That could also factor in here, but I would re-sign him. I don't trust Kwesi to draft somebody. And look at some of the free agent options. Most of these guys are up there in age.
Yeah. For that price, I'm scared that the price might just get a little driven up a little bit. But at that price, absolutely, you could have Cam Bynum, you could have Josh Metellus, maybe you bring back Theo Jackson, maybe you bring in some mid-level free agent as well. Maybe you draft somebody in the mid-rounds, whatever. So at that price, yes. Will they? Do you think they'll sign him?
I don't think they will. These rumblings that we're hearing is from pretty good sources, and I know it's early, it's December, and Vikings aren't even thinking about 2025 yet. Oh, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like they're not.
You're talking really weird.
This is my feel like they're not voice. I don't know.
This is your nervous voice.
I don't know. It makes you nervous to think of life without Cam Bynum.
Hey, you know what? We did fine before Cam Bynum. We'll do fine after Cam Bynum.
Safety's always been an issue. What are you talking about? It's been one of the biggest sore spots.
I want him. Hey, we had Harrison Smith. We
never had anybody next to him.
I'm just saying, I want them at that price. And like you said, I think it would have already been done. There's no reason, unless Cam Bynum's just like, hey, thanks. Mm-hmm. I want to see what people are going to offer me. I think he goes out there, sniffs around. Vikings give him a number. And if he gets more than that, Cam Bynum seems like the type of guy that would just go sign and get some cash. So
who can blame him for that? I don't
know. I wouldn't blame him, but like, it just seems like the Vikings would be saying the right things right now about him, or like, it's going to work out. I just don't get that feeling like you. So I don't think he is going to be back. I think safety is going to be a little bit of a worry. Thanks, Lewis Scene. Thanks for nothing.
God, thank you, Jay Ward, too.
Jay Ward had a great play last week. He had a great play. I still can't believe that was him. I was shocked. So Cam Bynum will be a talker. It should be a talker. He's one of the best players on this damn team. Yep. Great draft pick. Remember when we drafted him, he went and jumped in the lake with his cape on. It was awesome. Let us know. Comments. Cam Bynum.
Yeah. And also remember this. Sunglasses were originally designed for Chinese judges to hide their facial expressions in court.